allow. Right, is it recording?
Yeah.
Yes, it is recording. And no, it's things just kind of broke to because it's a different version we're running. So into the older version, my virus checker decides to go no new version. Do not allow Bandicam to record. It complains. It's annoying. It's the only alert I can't turn. I haven't been able to find to turn off.
Right, the whole Steam network is going bye-byes.
Right, I need to.
I realised my mistakes. Whoa, that's a lot of drones. When you actually, yeah, I did actually get more drones in my backpack.
How many things you getting? You got now? Actual.
What drone thingies? I think I got the same amount as what you usually go for. 4.
Oh, 4.
No,
Yeah.
I've got 5.
Have you?
Yeah. Because I noticed, I've always only ever had 1, and then when you told me it increases the range as well, I was like, that shit is useful.
Oh yeah, having. I've gone for 4, and it's just glorious because the range is amazing, and you just go, okay, power is down. Satisfaction is 0. Our accumulators basically run out of power. The steam engines are slowly turning on.
Yeah, there is no steam engines over here.
Okay, so the accumulators.
Because I overcooked it on a few bits. My backpack is too full. I'll just place those guys just to get rid of them. What else can I place just to get rid of them? I'll place those guys.
What was I going to do? I was going to go.
Oh, by the way,
I
think I've come up with a bit of a cheeky
more
way.
oil, more oil. I was going to go get the more oil, wasn't I? More oil up to north there, and get the train stations running because I have new trains.
Right.
There you go. Ah, yes, this was destroyed. Put some laser turrets there.
Whoa, shit! They just swallowed up that network. It just disappeared.
Yeah, it is glorious.
Right, look both ways.
I want to make a supply train and. Auto landfill, great fun.
Take that shit off me. Thank you.
That's why our copper is running a little bit low. This one is basically empty. I've only got 2k copper left at that station.
Oh, this thing's annoying. It's just like constantly telling me that I've ran out of space in my backpack. No friggin' shit, because I've got like 1 million steam turbines on me.
Okay, new. Come on.
Right, so pick that up.
Let's get this the correct way around then. Why isn't that then working? Is there something here? Yes, there is. There's a tree! Wow, that tree is really, really well hidden.
Put that on my belt. Put that on my belt also. See, those guys can go in there.
And train station, where are you? There it is.
Yeah, because that lights up every friggin' steam thing that's there.
You train. Oh, built a train station in the wrong place. Destroy it. And then train station. Where are you? There you are. Place you down.
Okay, do that.
Oh, some of my drones have run out of power. build you there, and logistics ports. Places there, and then a load of logistics drones. Place all 100 down. That's that working. Right, next train track. Let's just grab all the train track. 200. Actually, that's 400 more train track. Goodness me.
Okay. Steam engines.
Place that there. Just like that. Good place, train track. And then I need some rail signals. Oh, you still there?
Yeah. Oh, it's downloading map.
Yeah,
after
it just
desync.
it just had a desync.
Oh no. I was just about getting to the point where I could test my idea out.
Well, it looks like the game's recovered automatically, which is good.
I'm downloading something.
Yeah, the map again.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Doesn't seem to be. Huh? Creating desync report. Re-downloading.
Oh, it's re-downloading again. Okay, let's have a look. Admittedly, that desync report is rubbish because we're kind of running one of the experimental versions and a legacy experimental version at that.
Yeah.
So it's like, why isn't it working? Because
Oh, it's doing it again.
it's doing it again. Heck, are we in an infinite loop?
We could try closing the server and then like you've got a save maybe.
Let's try.
What's happening to you? Is it waiting for me?
It's just it just keeps on. It's uploading the map.
Oh, so you're getting the same thing as me.
It's just waiting for the client to load.
It says join the game. Oh, it seems to be fine. It's working.
Oh.
No.
Desync then. Right.
Just check. I mean, I've not got.
I will. Right. So hopefully this will now work.
Hopefully, I haven't lost too much.
No, what content lost? Oh, I've just lost the track. The track I've literally just built. No, that's not an issue. It takes like a minute to rebuild a track now. Okay, uploading.
I've got to go and sort Imogen out. Give me a sec.
Okay. Well, hope the game works. Make sure you're not on a train track if it loads.
Okay.
Because
I think I ran over one very briefly.
Yeah, but I don't know where you were when it.
Map. No, it's fine. I've barely lost anything.
Excellent. That's good.
Back.
Yes. Let's just need to reconnect this train track. So not really an issue. Train track is so easy to produce now. Just don't lose my drones though. Just like that. There, and then connect it up to this one here. All I need to do then is place a rail track. Right, looks like we might have a disconnect at this point. That's a pain. So I don't know if it's time-based or this location which is causing the issue. He isn't doing anything because he's something as a kid. So nothing don't do anything for a moment. See if it recovers. Okay, something. Is it working? Huh, as soon as I pressed the button there, it disconnected. I wonder if it's this location. I wonder if it's something to do with this train. As soon as I'm pressing any button, it's desyncing. Interesting. Yeah, this is what happens when you're playing at experimental builds. As I said, legacy experimental builds, it's like running I think 13.3, and it's more than that now. Interesting. Right, let's press A button. Okay. Right, I'm not crashed yet. Okay, let's go back to the train track.
Hello?
Hello, it's been crashing a lot.
It started desyncing again, but...
Yeah, basically I was pressing any button I was pressing, it was breaking. I'm wondering if it's something to do with my rail network. Okay, I'm going to change to rail signal now.
Creating desync report.
Yep, it's something to do with rail network. Right, okay. I think I might be able to resolve it. I just have to...
By just removing the rail network?
And no, I think it's something to do with the auto... the signals I've got set up. I think because it's this rail network thing's new, there's likely to be some bugs in it, particularly in the experimental versions.
Well, that explains why it was working and then stopped working.
Yeah, it's basically as I'm trying to build a rail signal. So I'm going to change to another item, finish building the rail, because the game was running when I wasn't building the rail.
Yeah.
As soon as I clicked a rail signal, it broke. So if I finish building this rail, that will hopefully resolve the issue, because I think it could be to do with the fact the game is trying to put trains both directions on the same bit of track.
Okay. Doing it again.
Oh, wait, that was also saved that time. Because I'm just connecting trains to an existing network, but the train track is not complete. I'm just going to finish this track, and then I will... Wow, those biters were able to destroy a laser turret, goodness me. It's probably because I've built the station and connected it all in one go, rather than for how I built the stations before. And again, experimental.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see. Wow, yikes! Those biters are destroying all those turrets. Hang on, are they even connected to our network?
Hopefully.
Do we even have power? Oh, we might have actually not had power because of our power problems at night.
Hopefully they will be resolved soon.
Yeah, but that's probably why the turrets got blown up. Okay, so the game has sort of recovered. I'm going to click on the rail signal. Sorry if I desync you again.
Yeah. So are you going to just have to go and do like the rail signal in a different place?
I know, it's basically as soon as I click the rail signal button, it crashes. I haven't even placed it. I've just selected the actual rail signal.
Maybe you have to bin that rail signal.
Goodness knows. And it's just picking it up on my belt. That's the weird thing.
Because it does the download a couple of times each time.
Yeah. Right, if it doesn't work, what I'll do is I will load up the save in single player, see if it works there.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, see if it will place, and then see if we can reconnect the save afterwards.
Okay.
Yay, troubleshooting!
Right.
So I've unselected rail signal. As soon as okay, let's try a different type of signal. So it's something to do with the rail network. Okay. So I'll quit the game.
Okay.
I'll try and place it in single player, see if there's any errors coming up there.
Very strange.
It's a very strange error, but this is also a different version to what we were running just.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the saver is apparently 13.0, but that wasn't loading for us earlier, so goodness knows. Because the save I've got, I've got 13.093, and this is 13.31, so... Okay, let's...
Right, just let me know when you're ready.
Let's load the actual updated one. That one. Oh yeah, that's why the biters. Yeah, the biter. There's no there is no power. That's how the biters were killing it. Oh, actually ran out of shotgun rounds. That's crazy.
What?
I ran out of the shotgun rounds.
Oh, I actually have made surprisingly few this game.
Right. Okay, that's that done. I'm just going to try a couple of. I'm going to place the rail signals down now. Okay, I will save this now. 5A.
One of the XK CDs is it's a plot of how safe are how safe are the crashes versus how fast are the crashes, and at the very low speed.
Okay, I've got the server backup anyway.
Okay. At the very low speed, low danger end is regular sports, NASCAR, Formula One, and then at the very high end it's got rocket launches.
Yep.
This keyboard's much more comfortable than the last one.
So if this doesn't work, what do you want to do?
I have no problem restarting the whole thing. Honestly, I don't.
That could work.
I think we've learned a lot. I think, to be honest, our base is getting a bit knotted up because we didn't leave giant gaps to start with.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of like, oh, let's just get it done. We'll see if it works anyway.
Okay, so you're in.
Yeah.
Let's place the brake button. Rail signal.
Yeah.
Kaboom! Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we can't do anything about Rails. So should we exit the game and just update it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to take us maybe 20 hours to get to where we were.
We could do this, or we could try one of the other versions, or we should probably stop running the experimental, because it is now version 13 live. Because we've been running the 13.13 experimental.
I know. Should we just start again?
Okay, fair enough. Right, so
if you're really against it.
So I suppose that's the end of the LP. What I'm going to do, I'm going to load up the game quickly in single player, just show off the factory for a sec, because it's the sort of thing I like doing.
I am really sorry. I just think that
no, it's fine. It's just
I think that is the most sensible thing to do.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm just going to go opt out of beta, so it does the normal version.
Yeah.
I think I played a short while on a single player one, and the beginning was a lot better. I think we essentially learned that we need to have a much larger buffer. like bus, sorry,
Yeah.
because like we were basically just struggling to get resources down the factory.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would say from the very start, the things that you
Well,
really
looking at, I'm just observing the factory now. So I'm going down like from the copper line. I think one big problem we've got, our copper line and our iron line, they're too close together really, because we've got like facilities all in the middle. I think what might be an idea is to actually try and separate them so there's a clear gap in the middle.
yes.
Because this all worked when we were having the coal and the coal and stuff. But I'm walking through. It's like the smelters. They're nice and efficient. They're smelting stuff. But then you come out the smelters, and then there's like smelters here, there, and everywhere.
I think what we need, okay, is basically build smelters, but then like just from the very start, basically make a belt that's like maybe as long as a screen before the factory actually starts, because that's where your smelters are going to go.
Yeah.
And then not build any accumulators or anything like that nearby either.
Yeah.
Because we boxed ourselves in on a number of sides, and then also from the very start, have a position where a belt's going to run off, and that be like our green circuit factory, and leave a whole belt of each resource for it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So we're going to have.
I think we hadn't really got that. I think trying getting a proper. So we have a copper. I think copper, iron, and green circuit lines. Actually, having those three resources running through the factory, because we're using so many green circuits.
Yeah.
Like what was it? It was like 37,000 or something, and we used it within like a couple of hours.
Yeah, basically. I think we need to
we've
decide.
still got green circuits. It's just that how many in the logistics network at the moment? There are still 34,000, admittedly, in the logistics network, but they're not where they need to be.
We built them back up.
Yeah. But they're also not where they need to be, which is weird because I don't know where they are. There's basically
how many
basically shortages
boxes next to the red circuit factories? Because I remember I put boxes next to the red circuit factories.
Right.
I think I requested like 200 or something, so there should be a fair.
There's 1,000 in each of them, but they're basically what's supplying the red circuits. I wonder where they are. Where are the green circuits?
They're just in boxes. Like there's 3 full boxes in the middle of the factory.
Where are they?
And those full boxes.
That's the other thing. I have no idea where the blind thing is. So when building it, is this them?
Yes. So in the middle of the factory,
there they are. Right.
And that worked quite well because then they were in central, and the logistics box could take them out in all directions. So that in itself did work quite well.
Yeah, I see where they are. The thing is that they aren't being emptied anywhere near fast enough.
They don't need to, I don't think, because the drones are taking them as they're needed.
That's true. We've got 200 idle logistics spots here, so that's
they are being taken fast enough. I think. Yeah. I don't. That's what the thing is. I think maybe it would actually work just to have a green circuit net factory, and have a belt coming out, and then I don't know, maybe buffering it into every factory. I know how to make the Steam network now, I believe. So we can make the Steam network from the very start, which we expand upon.
Yeah.
Because do you know what I realised? You want to get a pipe working at full speed. You actually need 3 pumps, small pumps.
One.
To put them in parallel. So you want to really
one big thing though.
Doing
if you're building this early, you need to design something which doesn't use electric pumps.
Oh no! This is the thing. I was going to remove electric pumps entirely.
Excellent.
There'd be a power switch that turned it on and off, and the power switch turned on and off when the capacitors go on and off.
Yeah.
But what you do is, to start with, you make a Steam network as big as you need to run your factory. But you want something that you can just add as Lego bricks later on for more capacitance.
Yeah.
So.
A bit like our solar and other farms, but with steam.
But then I realised You can make a Steam network that can be as long as you want. Do you know how you do it?
Is it?
You do.
Good reviews used 800 blue circuits.
Oh, does it tell you at the end how many?
No. It's So I put in storage 5.5k, and that's the maximum request, and we're now down to 4.7.
Ah.
That is insane. I wonder where they're being used.
Probably in the only things that they're really being used in is the modules. But
yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, and our power.
We need to do the modules way more sensibly than we were.
Yeah.
Like you need to have several low-end ones going up to. No, it's like one low-end one branching up into more high-end ones.
Yeah.
So you end up with more of them being turned into high-end modules because we just weren't. But what I was trying to say is, you have all your boilers feeding into a storage tank. Yep. The storage tank stores 2 megawatts of energy.
Good grief.
Megajoules.
Yeah.
Because the way it calculates is so many. It actually uses the specific heat capacity of water. So it's 1,000.
That's a lot of energy.
Per unit, and the water starts at 15 degrees and ends at 100 degrees.
Yeah. One thing I've just been looking at in our factory. Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a couple of drinks of water. One thing we really need to do is, when you do this, have at least some. Maybe having some coal which runs pretty much all the time, because what's happened at the moment is because you got rid of that station. When our accumulators run out of power, we actually have no power at all, and our factory turns off.
Why is that?
Every night, because our accumulator storage isn't enough.
Yeah.
Our factory's actually turning off because we have no like slow steam. We need some like slow boil steam engines, just like maybe like 5 or 10 actual steam engines, which are pretty much constantly running. I think just
no. Because if you listen to me, all your boilers go into a storage tank.
Yeah.
3 steam engines, storage tank. 3 steam engines, storage tanks, and you can make it as long as you want. And then it's a capacitor.
Don't you need pressure to empty the storage tanks into the engines?
Once it's got water into it, is forcing water out of itself.
Oh, yes.
So you use itself to force water along the line.
Yeah.
And it does work. I've seen that. I didn't get the idea myself. I looked at it. I saw it online, and I thought it was a really neat idea. So you basically make a giant capacitor. It doesn't matter if if the power goes off, because those tanks are going to go. It's just going to spread out into the engines.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the pressure. It's a full tank. So. Yeah, it'll create a it'll have like a slow drop off, won't it, over time, because the pressure will drop, but
yes,
it will give a huge initial capacity. Yes, I know what you mean.
So basically, the speed at which the water flows out is related to how big a difference in quantity there is.
Yeah.
Every item that has water is just a basic water block, and it's trying to force water out into other water blocks.
Yeah.
That's how pressure works. So basically, the problem I was having yesterday was I was trying to. It wasn't that I couldn't fit enough down the pipe. It was that it was trying to force itself off in several different directions. So that there is a way that you could make a steam engine to start with, and then later on just put Lego blocks on to a point where it's not really getting water through the system.
Yeah.
And then that's the point where you stop, and you can just do several lines of those.
This train is stupidly fast. How fast does it go? I'm just watching the speed of a train. This copper train. It goes up to 210 miles per hour as it passes the iron station.
But one thing which really impeded our game progress was the fact that we were not going for enough resources.
Yeah.
Basically, as soon as we get trains, we need to be working on what you had, which is several trains, so they're just waiting as a queue.
Yeah, I did not realise how ridiculously easy the new train system was, and now I do. It's glorious. It's easy to place by hand as well. I've done a little bit of that as well of like placing around the stations. You know, the actual stations where I've been like getting the complex stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than using the logistic spots, I've been doing that by hand.
Ah.
And it's you can admittedly you can only place like a short like 10 pieces at once, but you can still place it really quick. It's not as soon as you get your personal Roboport, it's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing.
Roboports, I'm going to get them as soon as I can next time because I didn't realise how awesome they were. I've only ever put one on and gone, no, they're all right.
Yeah. There's a couple of things which we want to try and get hold of is lasers early to try because lasers are so much better than guns, particularly for clearing out biter nests.
We need lasers. We need. I would say solar is not so.
No, solar is needed because in order for solar to work, you need a really, really good factory because you need to be producing tons of batteries, tons of copper, tons of circuits, and tons of steel.
And also, to place it in any reasonable time, you need to have logistics bot. You need to have construction bots.
Yeah.
And you need to have it in your own backpack. You know, like this going and building roboports all over the place. It makes the exercise way more expensive, way more time consuming.
But I think because looking at what we've got this really nice arrangement of accumulators and stuff. But initially, we had like some of the solar panels and stuff, and they just did not produce enough. Initially, because
we spent ages trying to get it working,
because
and they take up all your resources so that you can't get your research tree done.
Because what is it? It's they're 60 kilowatts to start with, but I think a solar panel and accumulator, I think it averages around about like a solar panel. It's like 54 kilowatts because of the night time and the build up during the day.
I think it all depends.
So it's basically 10 solar panels per steam engine, which is kind of insane.
But I think it depends on how much coal you've got as well, though. That game we were pretty...
To start with, we were strapped with coal, but a single train easily sorted that out.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go make up a tea. You get yourself a drink.
Yep.
We're going to load it up and we're going to start. Otherwise, because I can't be on till really late. I'll be on till like maybe 12 at the latest tonight. So it'll be like 3 hours.
I've just been like showing around the factory, and it's good. Like I do like their oil. That's a good arrangement there.
The oil, yes, the oil field was a success. I felt that a number of things, like that salmon sandwich thing, was a really good idea.
Yeah, I do like that design. It was the most because I heard about it. There's a few designs I saw, but that was the one I looked at. I thought because I heard about people saying about the salmon sandwich, you have copper around the middle. I was like, I'll try building that, and this was the design I came up with. I'm sure there's probably others better, but this is the one I came up with.
But what I would do is I would seriously design a research factory, and then keep that separate to your circuit factory.
Yeah,
that's the problem I always make for myself. It becomes a headache because really, if you've got a bit of spare resource in your research thing, you want to be able to up that a bit.
Yeah, other thing I would like to do is the ability to turn off the research factory, the facility, so we can actually just turn that off, but also turn off the bottle production, so we can turn that off, so then we can build up resources elsewhere, like building up trains and everything else, so we can afford the research.
I was going to do that so that I was going to essentially make it so that they were all in one power network, and you do a power switch.
That would also be a good plan.
Because then, because realistically, you think there's a lot of stuff in that factory, but actually there's not. It's actually quite a simple fact. Like it is quite a bit to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
But once it's going, you don't need that connected to the rest of your network whatsoever.
No.
Like that's the mistake that we kept making. So you have one copper and one steel line going into your research factory. That's your research factory. You have
Sean Conrad is just blowing up. Oh well.
You have one copper and one steel going into a green circuit factory because you're going to need a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then the green circuits and another, and then your green circuits go off and they go to your red circuit factory.
Yeah.
And then you just pump in whatever extra stuff you need to to turn them into red circuits,
Yeah.
and then you have a blue one. So each factory turns a load of raw materials into something, and then that is something you send into another factory, and you do not send the raw resources on.
Yeah.
And you have several factories doing what you want them to do, and sending a finished product out.
Yep.
Because otherwise you end up where you're fighting with it. Because the thing is, if you the way that belts work is, if you're if you're overproducing a raw material, you just send it down a different belt.
Yep.
I always make the mistake of trying to use up all the resources on that belt. You don't need to.
No.
Because it doesn't slow down the other factory if you're sending stuff, if you just put whatever's like finished in that factory back on.
Yeah.
So the way that I would probably do it to start with is just have one belt of each going. That you do your research factory, and then if we want to make a factory to make something else, we put it on a different line entirely.
Yeah.
And we keep doing that.
Yep.
So that you can, so that you don't end up knotting it all together.
Yeah. And
like, have one line that goes off to all your, you know, like your accumulators and your capacitor and your solar. That's your power. Then you have another one going off to like making like arms and factories and things like that. And that's so each area is a specific area of work as well.
Yeah.
And just make it so there's like a reasonable gap of at least sort of 4 or 5 squares between each factory, and I mean, wall them off once you're finished or something.
Yeah.
Just like stop, like don't give yourself the temptation to change it. That's that factory finished.
Yeah, I sort of done that design with like the way I've done the modules in my tree design. It's just that the problem with big problem with my tree design is that I kept everything too small. I didn't really make it so I could expand it. So I built a really high production efficient module, but I didn't then expand it. And so when I wanted more resource, I was like, oh well, I can't produce anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get that tea.
Yep.
I'll be back in a second. We'll start it up.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
So yeah, this train station, I do really love the stack inserters. I'm so good with changes of inserters. It's brilliant. And yeah, so we're really going to redo the factory, which is going to be quite awesome. Yeah, so big thing. I'm going to head heavily for trains. Really want to get new trains. I was so impressed with how these trains work. I think if I build with, well, if we work together and build with the train lines in mind, we'll have a much, much superior factory. But that's all for this episode and this series of Factory. So, thank you very much for watching this Factorio series. I'm Adifin, and my mate is Killergremal, or in this series, Grandefromage, and we shall see you shortly. But until then, we're out. Bye.